Month, we've been talking about Black History Month. We continue that discussion this morning with a look at Believe. This is a Circle City High School's celebration of Black History Month, and that celebration will focus on elevating two student voices. Joining me this morning are those student voices, 11th grader Rayanna Nichols and 10th grader Paris Cooper. Thanks so much for being here today and sharing your experience. Let's talk a little bit about how your school has really put emphasis on celebrating Black history this month.
Yeah. So one of the many things that we're doing is we have different programs, different projects, different things we're doing. Like one of the projects we're doing is 9th graders are doing a wax museum where they act like one of a Black historical person. 10th graders are doing art, catered to what Black means to them. And then 11th graders are doing a fashion show based on brands that were created by Black people and popularized by Black people.
Amazing. And it sounds like it's been a really great month for you. But how does your school celebrate Black history year-round?
We like to make sure that everyone is involved and that everyone's voice is heard. So it typically, just like Rayanna was saying, we'll do like little things to represent Black culture, like fashion shows and whatnot. But we, like you said, it's year-round, so we're not just celebrating this month. We're making sure that all sorts of people are heard. So if we see something in a news article, we see something in the news, we're making sure that the community is involved and that we understand what's going on.
And Paris, you actually had a special project where you answered a prompt. Will you tell us a little bit more about that prompt and what it meant to you?
So the prompt was asking what Black meant to me, and I felt like that the best way I could describe it was by remembering the names of the people who came before us. We had options to do things like poems, artwork, and even writing a children's book as well. But what I decided to do was write a poem, which was I called it Remember Me, and it's a list of names of people who came before us, like Frederick Douglass, and even like newer generation, like George Floyd, and just basically putting emphasis on the fact that it's important to remember that these people helped provide a path for us to walk on.
That's amazing. And then for the month of February, we have a series of Talk It Out Tuesdays where you guys discuss a variety of topics that affect the Black community. Talk It Out Tuesdays, what was that like?
It was fun. I am like a critical thinker, and I love speaking as well. So anytime we are given like a question in class that might have to do with like our culture, I'm typically the first person to speak. It's important because you can't just be like stuck in this one box and only thinking about yourself and those that concern you. You have to be aware of everything that's going on around you. And Talk It Out Tuesdays just basically helps people who look like me or even people who don't look like me be aware of what we are going through as a community.
Why did you choose this school? This was a choice, right?
It was. Personally, I chose this school because I wanted to see people who looked like me and a representation of me, and people that I can look up to, and people that had the same aspirations and goals that I had, and having leaders that could help me succeed the way I wanted to succeed.
Amazing.
I went to like a predominantly white school, and I felt like I did not necessarily feel comfortable and feel safe in being my authentic self. So when I came to Believe to shadow, just to like, have my options open, it was like the first decision. And the moment I walked in, I saw Black and brown people, and I instantly felt like safe. And I looked at my mom and I was like, this is the place right here. And I even asked my best friend to come as well, because part of me like didn't want to like have to start over at a completely new school where I don't know anybody, but I felt like she could use the same experience as well, and so I wanted to pass it on to her. And just seeing how there were people who looked like me and I felt safe just like that, it was like there was no need for me to go anywhere else. This was the school that I wanted to choose.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for explaining these programs and explaining your school, and hopefully in the future, more schools will take up programs like this one so everyone can feel welcome and at home at school. It's so important for your education, and you both are very eloquent speakers. I love the maturity. I can't believe they're high schoolers, Randy.
Yeah, very good there. I appreciate that there.